Thank you very much. And maybe just to add on that, part of our foreign policy objectives is to engage in the international fora. So in hosting this, we are executing, we as the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, our duties under the Constitution. So I'll invite Madam Katusime, the PS, our PS for tourism, to respond on the issue of how we are promoting tourism.
Thank you. Thank you, PS. And thank you for that very good question regarding tourism. I think the head of public service, when she was making her opening remarks, and I think Ms. Sarah Kajingo also mentioned this, that the key areas that will be promoted by these two summits are trade, tourism, and investment. Now, I think sometimes when we talk of tourism, many people imagine that a tourist must leave Kampala and go to the national park. Now, tourism is much broader than that. And indeed, as Uganda, we are now positioning ourselves as a MICE destination. Now, MICE stands for meetings, incentives, conferences or conventions, and events. So when you have an event, let's take the example of Nyegenyege. The minister was telling me just when we were seated here that all the hotels in Jinja were so full that people had to vacate their houses so that people could use them. So when you have a summit, two summits happening in the country, you can imagine how many hotels in Entebbe and Kampala will be full, how many Airbnbs, how many guest houses will be full, the restaurants will be busy, the entertainment places. That is a big, big boost to tourism. The convention center that is being built is going to be a big boost to the tourism industry. So it is not true to think that there's no boost to tourism. It's a very big boost. And in addition to that, some of these guests or delegates will be probably first-time guests to Uganda. And who knows, they will be encouraged to come back, maybe with their friends or families. But in addition to that, we are also working with the tourism private sector to actually come up with itineraries in case there are delegates who are coming to the summits, but in addition to that, want to go and see more of Uganda. We are also putting up those itineraries for excursions. We are putting up excursions for spouses. So there is a lot that will benefit the tourism industry. Finally, just to mention the incident that happened in Queen Elizabeth, as was mentioned. This was a very sad and unfortunate incident. People lost lives. We lost a tour guide. We lost 2 tourists, a couple that were on honeymoon. But just to emphasize that it was unfortunate, but it was an isolated incident. It's not that Queen Elizabeth is an insecure place, and I'm sure you have seen that since that event, there has been an influx of tourists to Queen Elizabeth. I'm sure you saw yesterday, even in the papers, there was a team of journalists and tour operators that came from the Nordic countries who paid a courtesy call on our president, but were coming from Queen Elizabeth. And on this note, I would really want to thank the media, both print and electronic media. The way this incident was covered, of course, we have issues with the way people share information, especially now with social media. But I think in this particular case, the media worked together with government to make sure that there was a lot of positive publicity following that incident, and I would like to thank you. So Queen Elizabeth is safe. All our national parks are safe. Thank you.
Thank you very much. PSICT, Internet at the airport. And lastly, Ambassador Donia, what does it mean to be chairperson?
On access to internet, I think this was raised by Canary. We have been able to upgrade our Wi-Fi at the airport to Wi-Fi 6, and Wi-Fi 6 is one of those, top end access Wi-Fi access that we have. So we are certain and assured of, efficient and effective connectivity at the airport. We are not only connecting the airport, but we are also connecting the main venue of the summit, which is Munyonyo, and upgrading it to Wi-Fi 6 as well. The designated area for the media center is also going to be connected, and we are going to have a robust protected link set up to support the summit proceedings, including live coverage. So we expect that we won't have any breaks in transmission during, the live broadcast online. In terms of course, when we talk about connectivity, this goes hand in hand with cybersecurity. In line with cybersecurity, we have a framework to secure safety of the summit proceedings. We have also done an awareness training to the NOC members, that is the organizing committee members, and we are also continuing to sensitize all entities involved in the organization of this summit, including the media. We have, for the websites that we have supported to set up, I think Head of Public Service mentioned the websites for the NAM Summit as well as the G77 Summit. We have secured these websites with stronger protection, in technical terms called web application firewall, to ensure that all our content is safe and secure. So to give you comfort, we are assured of, efficient and uptime connectivity throughout the summit. Thank you.
Ambassador Donia. Ambassador Donia.
Thank you, PS. Canary, these meetings are really a big deal. I should mention that this is the first time one country chairs both non-aligned movement and the Group of 77. These are two major forums for the Global South, for developing countries. These two organizations represent the developing countries. What do we have to benefit? I think, like the head of service have said, there are visible benefits and invisible benefits. The invisible benefit of chairing, not only hosting, but after hosting, we will be chairing these two bodies. And the benefits are really many. How do you leverage this strong diplomatic position Uganda will be holding? Most of the non-aligned movement countries and G77 countries are really developed countries. Very developed. You can go on the website and see India, others you can name them, China. I think we can leverage this position to really get foreign direct investment in the areas of infrastructure, tourism, and many, many other areas. So as the Minister of Foreign Affairs, the leadership, we have to really leverage, and most countries that have chaired non-aligned movement and G77 have really leveraged that position to accrue benefits. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Last but not least, the rapid response team. Madam Idi.
Thank you. It's the mandate of KCCA to ensure that there is trade order in the city everywhere. And under our Physical Planning Act, we are mandated to ensure that the trading and construction happens only the designated places. So our law